Oh, now we've got 3 people vaping on the podcast.
Boyhood.
4.
Well, I'll be the only one not vaping this week. Welcome back to Beyond the Pine, Episode 8. It's great to have you all here. I'm sure we're going to have a very calm and pleasant conversation where nobody interrupts anybody.
Steve, if you interrupt me one more time, I swear to God, I'll shit on my own dad's grave.
You interrupted James when he was explaining how you interrupt him about
That was on purpose.
stories.
And everyone knows it.
It wasn't.
His
It was.
dad's not even dead.
You know what? We have
Bury
a...
your dad alive, shit on his grave.
Will
and,
you?
And uplift him to get out and persevere.
I'll resurrect
Just
your
to spite,
family.
just to spite you.
Devin and I were talking. By the way, welcome, Devin, to the podcast.
Welcome.
Hi, guys.
And we have
Welcome back, Devin.
a table read, a very important table read coming up with very professional actors that are going to be in this office. We're clearing all the desks. We're cleaning everything. And we're going to take away everyone's phone.
Yeah,
We're
right.
stripping
No,
away.
we were talking about it.
Why?
You specifically.
Why?
We're going to take away everyone's phone, and we're going to put you on high alert.
I'm never on my phone.
Yeah, but you talk constantly.
Your
And
fire
my
warning.
phone?
Your fire warning is high today. Very high.
We're going to make sure that
You wish.
there are no
I'll
distractions.
fire you.
God damn it.
You're not going to fire anybody.
I might fire all of you.
You can't fire anybody.
Why are
You don't
just
have
pointing
that.
at me.
I might fire all.
Fire every one
Might
of you.
fire every single
I
one of you.
might fire James.
All of me.
To be honest.
I want to briefly say before we get too far into this, we do have a sponsor today, which is great news because we have a lot of demonetized videos for whatever reason.
God.
It's because we say the F word, I guess?
No, you know what? I don't know if
I'm
you-
sorry. I can't.
I don't know
Help
if
it.
it's a specific thing because YouTube's algorithm for catching shit and putting it into different.
Well, there we go, demonetized, thanks. So we have 5 videos that got demonetized. One of them in particular was just a couple friends. What?
You know the hit banger. Just a couple.
The headbanger.
racks.
You guys know the top
brands.
800,000 in the charts?
It got
couple
demonetized.
fiends?
There's not a
800K
swear
on the
in
UK
that.
charts.
It was Sammy Joe twerking.
Oh, what, do you think so, actually?
No.
No, that was very tame.
She had a
That was very tasteful.
she had a thing over top of her butt.
Bummocks, yeah.
Bummocks.
She had a...
Bum X.
She did. Like, in all honesty, I was upset that I couldn't see more.
I thought you were going to say,
And-
I was upset.
Saying that, now you leave the podcast.
All right, guys.
You know what I mean?
James.
This is why I never introduce you to anyone that I love,
Yes, exactly.
including my mom.
I didn't know it was Sammy Joe.
Did you not?
I
now you
wasn't-
do.
I wasn't here when
You
you guys
still
made that
said it.
video.
And you won't be here when we make another one.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Keep it up.
But what I was saying with
I
the
just joined in. I'm just like on my phone. I'm just keep it
Keep
up.
it up, idiot.
with the demonetization, though, thank God we have sponsors. Finally, we have sponsors.
Thank you, Stitch Fix.
Thank you so much, Stitch Fix, for sponsoring this podcast. I sound drunk when I'm saying Stitch Fix.
Just say tongue
Stitch
twice.
I think I'm a little bit
Because you're
hungover
drunk
from
on the
last night.
happiness.
It's a twister.
You and James got particularly drunk last night.
I didn't get particularly drunk.
You got particularly drunk.
I was
Well-
blasted.
Before we go any further into that,
3 Modelos.
I do want to read.
It's wasted, dude.
Right now.
There were Modelo Negros.
Let me just get through this
Let the man spit it out.
because Stitch Fix is a very cool opportunity, and I want you to hear it, Kib, because I'm wearing. If you didn't notice,
Yeah.
Stitch Fix clothes right now.
I'm a little upset that I wasn't involved in the.
You weren't here when I put in the emails.
Send me my email. Send it to my email and tell me to sign
No,
up.
because you have to go in and put in your information.
I
and
have
don't
the
know.
internet.
You were first off, you weren't answering your phone.
Yes,
I'll get
I
into this
was.
afterwards. No, you weren't. You were the
let
king
him
of
do
not-
the let him do the read.
Let him do the podcast.
Here we go. If you're like a lot of guys, you probably think of a million things you'd rather be doing than going shopping for clothes. I don't know, not me honestly, because I love shopping for clothes, but I do know a lot of guys like Devin,
too.
for instance, couldn't bear to wear anything more than gym shorts and a baseball tee every day. Between the parking and the crowds at the mall and the endless browsing and lack of advice online, it's enough to make you want to rock the same t-shirt and jeans forever. Devin. So let me tell you about Stitch Fix Men. So, are you ready?
I was born 3 months early.
They've reimagined how to find and buy clothes, and you never even have to leave the house. It's that easy. So when I first used Stitch Fix, you can actually go and you put all of your sizes down, so try to know that beforehand, and they figure out the clothes that you'd want and the styles. You figure out like what exactly you're into. They show you a bunch of pictures, and then they send you clothes once a month that are based on what you're interested in and your sizes.
So they send you clothes?
Jesus, how did you not get that from anything I said? Just go to stitchfix.com and tell them your sizes, your favorite type of clothes, there we go, and how much you want to spend. Your personal stylist then gets to work. By the way, you get a personal stylist.
Oh.
Oh, so it's personal.
Are you angry about that?
No, like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Gerald. Anyway, your personal stylist then gets to work on hand-picked new clothes that you based on your style and budget. So you can actually put your budget in, too. Obviously, I put in the highest budget possible.
Oh, please.
99,999.
And 5 items. You get 5 items, and they're delivered right to your door. You try them on at home, and you pay for whatever you keep. So keep in mind that you don't have to keep everything. So shipping's free both ways.
Oh God.
So anything you want, So anything you don't want, just send it back, and exchanges are also free too. You can get your fix monthly, quarterly, or whenever you feel like it. There's no subscription required, which is also great. It's easy, the shipping is free, so why not give it a try? I promise, Devin, you'll be hooked.
Will I be hooked?
Yes, kid, you'll be hooked.
So get started now at stitchfix.com/pine, and you'll get an extra 25% off when you keep all 5 items in your box. That's stitchfix.com/pine to get started today. stitchfix.com/pine.
Cool.
You definitely said everything wrong, but it's pine. Thank you. Seriously, thank you in these dark times, Stitch Fix, for sponsoring this podcast. That means more to us than any of you.
Especially with the CPM so freaking low on YouTube. It really does help.
I just can't believe we got demonetized for
4 videos.
5 actually.
And
Like, I get it if it's for music,
yeah, no, I don't.
but this isn't even for music.
Well, for one, it's music, but it's not because of the music that was in it. It was just not safe for advertisers. That doesn't even make sense to me.
I don't know.
So
I did hear about the new algorithm.
Yeah, so we got hit by an algorithm that's just going Auri.
Not
which is
a fan.
so weird because our, like, swears, the stuff that we say that's, more adult related, isn't necessarily that bad in relation to people that aren't getting demonetized. Like, there are people out there that are bashing other people, that are bullying other people. They don't get demonetized.
Well, like, there's like the commentator group. Like, I mean, no, they do actually. I think
That's the thing.
They get it hit way harder actually.
The thing that's shitty is that, the thing that sucks is that it's an algorithm that's automatically just applied to everything,
Yeah.
and everything's taken out of context. So you get like you're saying, the people who are like bullying and shit like that, and like stupid things that are just like, hey, everybody do what we're doing, but because we're pieces of human garbage, is that acceptable?
it's just an algorithm. It's all it is, and
it's just like shitty though, because we're getting affected by it when our content is nearly as bad as other people.
I wish YouTube actually cared enough to make
Hey,
an
hire more
algorithm
people
that-
to be on
yeah,
it.
exactly.
I think
just
they
to moderate what
create
should and
10,000
shouldn't
jobs.
be.
I think they do
actually
care,
categorized.
but there's no possible human way you can monitor that many people.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
how many hours of content are uploaded to YouTube every hour?
Well, here's
3
my
or 4?
argument. Here's my argument.
3 or 4 hours.
They already had a system that worked for years and years and years, and now it's
No.
not working.
The whole content, like, everything's changing. No, I need this.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it worked. Like, people were getting paid the correct amount. Advertisers were happy.
We're going
until-
more into TV. Everything's changing. Like,
Yeah.
FCC guidelines are going to start taking place more and more.
So they're just tailoring it so that when FCC guidelines take place,
It's going to become more like TV, and this is how that happens. It's good because I think that means that content's going to be produced that's a lot better than it ever has been. But I
It's
mean,
gonna
that means
force
that
a
it's
certain
not going to be
level.
the wild, wild west it always was, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
Why can't it be like a? Well, actually, they do have YouTube Red, I guess. I was gonna say if it was more like a subscription service, like HBO.
And they have YouTube TV now.
Stars or something.
Well, you can also enable paid subscriptions on your channel, but I don't know, like, that's just not buffed out so that it's feasible at all for anybody on YouTube right now. Because we could right now just make it so that no one can subscribe unless they pay or watch any of the videos unless they pay.
You need to iron your shirts.
No, dude.
Okay. Well, I did want to talk about Devin real quick.
Wait, hold on. That reminds me of a shirt
stop
that
biting it.
they talk about.
No.
Every single Michael Jordan Haynes commercial. You need to
Bacon
watch
neck.
them. You need to watch them.
I need to watch
Michael
them?
Jordan's gonna teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I can shoot any free throw.
That's so stupid.
It's
You're
like-
actually biting that shirt.
No, I've never bit it once.
Why is the area right underneath where you would bite
I
it?
just pulled it down like this.
Why do you
it's
do
a
that?
nervous thing that kids do when
Oh.
they don't feel safe.
Yeah,
They
you bite it
they
because you don't feel.
something.
Yeah, I've seen you do that because you never felt
That's
safe.
what I do. I don't
Yeah.
feel safe ever.
Devin,
Yes.
this is your first podcast, technically.
Yeah. First one mic'd up.
You were in the background in the back of one talking about an issue with Skrillex.
Yeah.
Just want to
You
briefly
aimed a gun
dive
at
into
me.
you as a
My
human
best
being,
friend.
since this is your first one.
And a sexual predator.
All we know about you is just through the
Not
bits. We don't know who you are as a person, nor what you care about, your motives.
What are your motives?
My motives.
What color are you?
There's my motives, and then I have ulterior motives.
Okay, fair
Talk
enough.
about the
Makes sense.
ulterior ones.
Yeah.
The ulterior ones, I will eventually kill all of you.
Fair enough.
You and me.
I made that call earlier as well.
Even
that he
who?
will kill.
Oh yeah,
He won't.
but yours
Except
was
James, I
based
won't kill
entirely
James.
off of
I've got my
racism.
claws.
Well, it was more so just the color of his skin than racism.
What are you guys talking about? Sorry,
Yeah,
we were
what?
talking. What are you saying?
We were basing his ulterior motives off
Yes,
of things.
off of the color of my skin.
Okay, I'll shoot you the fun fact. That
Okay.
Not everyone knows is that my father, biological father, is black.
Which one?
So what?
Biological
Yeah, who gives a shit, Devin?
It
Say
makes
some-
me the only black guy in the office.
Oh, please.
So that's a little bit about Devin
A
for
lot
you.
of people, like, I see in the comments and whatnot, they have a real problem with my curly hair. I just wanted to explain to them that's why.
They have a real problem
It
with
makes
it.
them uncomfortable seeing a white guy with this curly of hair.
I'd like to imagine that you get perms instead. That's a funnier.
Have you ever tried to straighten your hair?
Oh, I get asked that all the time, and I go, no,
No, because then it would be like thick straight, not like flowy straight.
Yeah, I have
it
very
would be
thick.
I've never had curly hair. I wouldn't
hair.
have anything to compare it to.
He has curly hair.
Yuck.
Would you say?
He has curly hair.
You just poke him only in the eye.
Oh, it's curly eye.
It's pretty curly.
lashes.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing all the work you've been doing. You have a huge thing above your eyelash.
Well, where is it?
Right
Well,
eye.
just Poked me.
Right eye.
Oh,
It's
is
not.
the
It's
other
just shining on the light.
No, it was definitely a huge piece of fuzz.
one? Is it gone now?
So another
it's-
thing you might not know,
All right.
Is it gone?
it's gone. Yeah.
It's not
Actually,
a
it's
thing,
not
just a
gone.
reflection
Oh,
from
no,
the
it
light
is
in your
still there.
eyelash.
How about this?
Yep, it's
Oh
still
my
there.
God, it is.
It's just a reflection. It's not. It's okay.
Do I look?
It's a piece
Just
of fuzz.
get out.
Devin has a history of writing. He's a bit of a screenplay writer, which has been a big help on. I mean, are we able to talk about the name now?
I think so.
The name of our horror short film coming out on Halloween night is The Woods.
The woods.
And there's a little bit.
It's a
of,
desert film.
There's a little bit of backstory behind The Woods. I mean, we were searching for a title forever. Eventually landed on this one because of.
That fella right
This
over
beautiful
there.
man over here.
Originally, his
The
movie
Jam.
was called The Woods, but it changed to what was it? Just was it
It
changed
was
to
always
just the Blair Witch?
It was a teaser. They
Yeah.
teased it as a film called The Woods
Okay.
up until like a few weeks before it's
And
released.
Well, you know what I
Jamie's-
call that? I call that false advertising.
A little bit.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
Jamie.
cool ploy in the sense of like it got people
I don't think he had anything to
excited.
do with it.
I think he only ever wanted it to be The Woods.
But what's better?
He wanted it to be The Woods.
And he's
Yeah.
mad that this is the woods now. He's just like,
No, he's
Not
mad
The
that it was
Woods.
Blair Witch.
And
He
he's
loves
mad
that this is
Blair
The
Witch
Woods.
Yeah, no, I
was
know.
The Woods.
I did it at like
Sorry,
a different.
sorry, we
universe.
farted.
Yeah, we did fart.
But it's like, what more fitting story to
Oh.
have?
Yeah.
Did
Because
you
he's in
really.
it.
This is payback, boy.
For what?
No, honestly, not that bad. You cupped it and you cupped a soup to my whole face, and it didn't.
Cupped a soup.
Yeah.
Cup to souped it.
But The
Cup
Woods
a noodle
though is a
bit.
perfect title for this. I mean, Jamie's in it, and so is Mimi.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
And Jamie's in it.
Yeah, I said that first.
And Mimi's in it also.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's all of our real, not I wouldn't say first, kind of.
Great.
Attempts.
Yeah, it's not our first attempt at acting for all of us, but it's definitely our biggest production where we're all focusing on dramatic acting and trying to stray away from our characters as much as possible.
Mhm.
And we're all really excited about
Which
it.
means Kib won't be wearing a headband.
Yeah, interesting. But you know what? There still is. No, it is interesting. Like it's cool.
I even was talking to Alyssa about that the other night. I was like, yeah, Kib, I feel like he's just going to try to wear his headband. She's like, that's so stupid. And I was like, see, everybody thinks that's
Everyone
stupid.
has that
How's that
reaction.
stupid? But you know why I don't?
Because
think
we're
it's that
not
stupid?
us. We're
Because you're
But
not.
here's the thing:
Kib,
our
you're-
characters are still characteristically very much like our characters in this and us.
But they're
Mine's
not
true.
them.
But
Mine's
look,
a little
they
bit
might
different.
they might have the
You-
same
yeah.
name. Listen, Kib.
It's pretty close, dude.
I'm not that depressed.
No, you're not. That's the one thing.
Well, that's his whole character.
That's my whole character.
Listen, dude.
Don't give any more
It's
info about.
we're not the whole alien storyline is like very. That's what makes it so different. Is the fact that like there's been a race of aliens that have been infiltrating the government for years and years.
Years
of
and
course.
years.
And the fact that Trump is president, I think, really kind of aligns the stars in a way.
Yeah, it's a. It's
Is
a
Trump
metaphor.
president? Did he make it in?
You know what I'm most excited
No.
about?
Check my watch.
I keep seeing
No.
people like try to guess what this story is going to be about, and they're like, I bet it has to do with Jeremy.
Yeah.
Or like just anything else that's bit related, and I'm just like,
Well,
It
they think
is.
it's Sugar Pine 7 the movie, is what everyone thinks it is.
yeah, this is not that. This is nothing that you'd expect it to
It's
be.
exactly
We
that.
make the Sugar Pine 7 movie just a horror movie.
Instead of just
It's
not a
everything
story about us
except
or
for
anything.
it's just Jeremy who's a murderer.
It is a
That's it.
fully standalone piece that is not related to anything else we've done.
Non-canon.
Non-canon.
Little bit canon.
It's specific.
not.
There's
Okay.
one thing in
Totally
it that's canon,
Don't-
and that's our dick sizes.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you wrote mine so small in the film for some reason.
Because it's canon.
They wrote me with a vagina.
No, you have an inverted penis.
Well, that's what I meant
Yeah,
by
it's
that.
different.
The what you do is when you hold your breath, like you go.
Do you want to see?
Expect a very
This is why we
campy
get
horror
demonetized.
short film that probably will range between
Spiral
20 and 30
straw.
minutes.
Say that one more time.
Said expect a very campy but cool horror short film, very well shot, hopefully well acted. I really have to practice. That's about 20 to 30 minutes long, coming out on Halloween. It's our biggest production yet. It's going to have like a crew of how many people?
A good 20.
Yeah, about
20 at
20,
least.
17.
I mean, we have a full fucking crew for this. That's crazy. It's
Very
expensive.
Yeah.
This is definitely like, speaking for myself, I think I'm speaking for all you guys, and I'm speaking for you too, Devin. Like, this is what we want to do. We want to work into more kind of narrative, like a fully produced short films, eventually feature films, and the whole film industry as a whole. That's where we want to move to, and this we're hoping is the biggest and like best step we can take to doing that. So
ideally,
it will be. Sorry,
It's gonna be cool because it'll show like the world what we can actually do, other than just make YouTube
absolutely.
videos.
Yeah.
And I mean, crazy. Definitely.
Yeah,
did
that was like
too.
a teaser. People were like, "Whoa, this is different than YouTube content."
It's
I
not
it.
like a crazy. Yeah.
It's gonna be better, a lot better than a Krasia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was shot
Yeah.
like on the spot with still no entire script at all.
Yeah, it was like thought of in a day, shot in a day,
Yeah, we're now on the
edited in a day.
On the 6th draft.
Yeah,
of
sixth
the
draft.
script.
We've got like how many more days until we? Well, I don't want to say when we're gonna start shooting, but we've got 3 days to get this done when we actually start shooting it, and then hopefully that's enough. But I guess in the world of film, that's never enough. So I imagine we'll run into hiccups. I've never shot something this big before, so yikes, that's a terrifying thing. To move on from that, though, I got a very sweet letter that's going to lighten the mood. It was from, I saw it on the subreddit, SugarPine7. Is someone trying to get in? Are you fucking kidding me?
It's anyone running by at all.
Thank God.
Oh, it's just a jogger.
Just
on
a
the second
jogger.
floor.
So it's I'm pulling it up right now. It's called Open Letter to Steven. Sorry, guys.
Whoa!
Real quick, should we go for 10s?
You guys can go for 10s while I read it.
I don't want to pull away from that.
Well, then I should probably read it first, and then we'll do a, what is it called?
A
Memorial,
celebratory-
a celebratory 10s.
Celebratory
So
10s.
this is from Pepper Sketch, written 5 days ago. I asked them if I could put this in the podcast. They said feel free to, so I'm going to do it. And they say, hey, I'm James. This is actually James writing this.
Me writing this 3 years ago.
I'm
to you.
20 and I live in New Zealand. I live with 4 of my best friends and we're a very close group. We do everything together, like all the same stuff, and we're all, to each other only I'm sure, hilarious. I'm a super creative person, humble brag. I've been drawing all my life. I've been through 3 years of average film school and taught myself a lot about film and animation in my own time. I make videos of my friends and going on trips, Jesus, man, and playing games, but I've never intended on making the ones I have for anyone other than the people in them.
That Jesus man was Steve getting mad at the fact that he has an inability to read.
Yeah,
No,
I
it-
wasn't
getting mad
there
at
was a
you.
grammar error.
No, there wasn't. I read it and it was perfect.
There was. You can't see it.
What was the
James, was there an error?
What was the
No.
grammar error?
It's right here.
I make videos of my friends and I going on trips and playing games. You idiot.
Exactly.
It's all right, James.
We love you, James. And shout out to New Zealand.
Since moving out and living alone at the start of 2016, my creative output plummeted. I feel you there. I just stopped making shit for so long and it really bummed me out. I've been watching SP7 since Steven's first Funhouse video, and immediately after watching it, I binged everything before it, and have religiously watched every episode ever after. Didn't say ever. Granted, it took me 4 or 5 episodes to get that. It was all a bit, but that only made it funnier to me, because all my friend group does is bits. We live in bits, so seeing the SP7 group react and interact in a super similar way to the way we act, it made me realize how similar our friend groups were, and especially since Beyond the Pine, having seen the group in such a more realistic light and watching them interact with each other. Following SP7 has been a really cool thing for me, personally, as a dude who loves the idea of making videos of me and all my friends. Obviously, I don't know the guy, but I see myself in Steve a little bit, and I relate to him in a bunch of ways, so I'm super biased to liking his scenes way more. So Steve, if you're reading this, I'd just like to thank you for committing to this bit. You have inspired me a whole lot, and watching the way you've molded SugarPine7 into existence has continuously put me in awe. Since I started watching more and more, I've started drawing and animating again. That's very cool. I've been much more into doing film work with friends, and watching your videos every day they come out is absolutely a highlight every time. My heart skips a beat. When I get the notification from YouTube, I always yell out to my friends, "New Sugar Pine," and we all gather in a lounge to watch it immediately. You and the boys in Autumn have made a big impact on our group, and I just want to say thank you for doing something genuinely original on YouTube and beating us to it. You guys are all super funny and smart, and you all just make us super happy, minus Devin. Thank you. P.S. We
James.
jam out to just a couple friends constantly. Demonetized, unfortunately, and we're all
Don't watch
such
it
sad fans that we're in the midst of writing our own verses to do the same thing for ourselves. So if there ever was an instrumental version, it wouldn't go unappreciated or unpaid for. So thank you so much, Pepper Sketch. That was a very sweet message, and I'm sure only I care about it.
Pepper Sketch, if you could write a letter to me next time, I'll be more emotionally involved in this.
Truly, that
Thank
was
you,
a
James.
No, that
very,
was
very
super
nice.
cool.
James.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
man.
keep up the work too. Don't ever let the creativity die, because you'll have ups and downs, but it'll come back.
But if you do want to quit,
But know what happens for everybody. I mean, I know I speak for everybody here that we all die creatively almost a lot.
All the
You know?
time.
All the time.
No, I
One thing that always gets me out of it, though, is music. Music always brings me out of a creative slump. And Vyvanse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually
don't do
one of
that
the two. Well, the latter is if you need it, which some people do. And some people just need music.
You don't even need it, dude, honestly. It put you to the next level, but I feel like you don't need it anymore.
I think you need a
You definitely need it.
Prescription,
Of
too.
all the
Give it
people
to
that
me.
need anything,
no, you need
that
a
you need
formal
Ritalin.
prescription of something,
me
the right
anything.
dosage and everything.
No.
No, just give me
I
yours.
Just want one of his once a week.
I have been running out very quickly.
Yeah, you have. It's been a real bummer.
That's what I've been doing when I stay late.
Yeah, it's I would like to see what you're like,
For like a month,
Evened out.
on it.
just to be able to concentrate.
Oh fuck, that'd be so sick, dude.
You love it
That'd be so sick.
Love the
to
idea of that.
concentrate.
So thank you so much, James.
You've
once
never
again.
concentrated before, dude.
always heard
I'm
about it.
dying to do it. I'm trying to try it.
Fingers crossed one day.
For the reviews? Thank you so much. So next up, we actually.
Are we gonna do a?
Oh yeah,
thank you 10?
celebratory 10.
yeah.
And
A
while
thank
you're
you to
doing
Pepper-
fine, I'll do it too. Oh, my
Pepper
vape's
Boy.
all
Thank
over
you,
here.
Pepper Squash.
Thank you, Pepperdine University.
Thank you, Peppy.
So while you
2,
guys are doing celebratory
3.
10,
4.
I'm gonna go get my vape. Oh fuck. Well. Oh, the vape? Sure. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, boys. I'm gonna try to join you right now, real quick.
Well, I'm dead
10.15.
I know how you did that.
10.15, boys.
10-10-9-9.
What?
What'd you?
10-10-9-9.
Okay, I went longer than him.
I know.
So that's not true.
10-10-9-9.
11.85. Cool.
Wow.
very
So
good.
is it not
Not even
seconds?
nicked out.
You're a little horn
It is.
dog.
I'm not horny, dude.
Well,
I guess it goes quicker when you're not doing it.
Speaking of which, we do have
weird.
some sweet little iTunes reviews. Whoa, I am nicking out a little bit.
Yeah, me
eyes
too.
should we take some turns reading some shit?
or?
Yeah. How about it?
There's 4. Okay.
Let's each read one.
Yeah, we're gonna each read one.
all of them.
Let's pass the totem around.
I
give it
only
a
see.
read.
Oh, yeah.
Fred, let me read first.
Yeah. Try Notice Me Seppi.
And then so these two, and then those two are screen grabs of it.
Yeah. So I wanted you guys to know that it's not a bit when we say we're going to read these reviews and then we don't do it next week. It's just an unintentional mistake.
Truly.
So we are doing it this week. So if you do want to leave a review, you can go on iTunes right now. Also, if you want to be an audio listener, the podcast comes out one day early on iTunes on Monday.
Here's the special thing: when somebody listens to only audio, they get to enjoy this.
A little pop.
Let's do a little bit of ASMR real quick. I'll be grains of sand.
I'll be an ocean breeze.
I'll be a hippie in the woods.
I'll be the murderer. I'll be the murderer.
How you going? How you going, hippie boy? Come here. I just want to love everything.
This is why I left everything.
That's what I
You
said.
said I just want to love everything.
I'm lightheaded.
This is why I left everything.
Steve
Like,
always hears a funnier version of what everyone says. For years, Steve's like, "Did you just say this?" And you'll laugh. I'm like, "No."
Sometimes I just go,
"Yeah."
but I wish I did.
Yeah,
All right.
That's what I said.
Reviews of the podcast. So this one is from Notice Me Suppy.
Who's that?
And we're moving on to the. No, I'm just kidding. And he says, or she says, the plump boys are back and more supple than ever. They've brought all the tricks to the table this time: sexual harassment, existential dread, Star Wars trivia, you name it. So hurry up and join in on this small harem of recovering nicotine addicts doing their best to interrupt each other between fat rips of what we can only assume is mono juice. Settle in and let the dulcet tones slide it down your ears and curl up next to your brain box. You'll definitely feel something in your jiggly bits. Amen.
Amen.
So next one is
That's
from...
very sweet. I'll do the next one so we can pass it
No,
over to
you
that
just
side.
read. idiot.
No. So then the next one is from Braveheart __, who I don't know what star they gave us, assuming 1, but they said, you know how they say you should never meet your idols? Oh no, I know where this is going. Well, I never want to meet you, any of you. Keep up the good work.
Very good.
It's amazing. So
was
you're
a
going to be
good
reading
one.
the one that's a picture, the first one?
All right. Let's look at this one. How do I click it?
Jesus,
It
man.
reminds me
Looking
of
at-
Steve Saragossa.
Okay.
Oh, I just thought about
He
that.
would just go,
Oh, dude, it reminds me of Steve Zaragoza.
Dude, this is a bad one. Oh, it's a bad one. No, it's a good one, but it's
Oh.
bad. Full stars. This one's from.
Anul.
This one is from drunk_kitten203. My doctor, she was diagnosed with vapolio, he or she. My doctor says I have a month to live, and this is the cause. But at least I have a good timing. I would recommend the Boys Only Club over this, but whatever.
Thank you.
I love how everyone just trashes this one compared to Boys Only Club. By the way, I do a podcast with Raina that goes every Sunday. It's Boys Only
Don't
Club.
watch it.
It's fun.
It's not as good.
We talk about Japanese culture a lot.
So do we. It's
Name one Japanese culture aspect.
Godzilla.
chopsticks.
There you go. You got it.
Chopsticks.
You already got it.
Chopsticks.
Yeah, there you
Quick,
go.
quick,
All right,
right.
Devin, we have to cut the camera soon, so you might want to read this quick.
All right, so the title is, or the subject is, I love my daddies. All these people are my dads, and I will give them the love and support they've neglected to give me.
And we'll continue.
I didn't have a dad either. Tommy.
Yeah, but that was just a joke.
Tommy kills kids. Oh. Tomia kills kids.
Let's just marker this one out.
Did you get it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
thank
gone.
God.
Okay.
Well, those were.
So
you so much.
doesn't have a dad and kills kids, and we sincerely appreciate the 5 stars.
And let's try to get a mid-roll on that. Cool.
Now,
See you guys in a bit. And welcome back. Hopefully you guys got a mid-roll. Did they?
they did, but when I said that there was a mid-roll,
You know when we were doing that ASMR thing?
Yeah.
Who the fuck's phone is going off? Stop.
You can turn.
Stop it.
You can turn my computer.
Close the goddamn computer.
No, turn it off. Just hold it.
Devin,
he got it.
Don't say it. Mute it.
Mr. Popular over here.
When we're doing the
sorry.
hippie out in the woods being murdered, it reminded me of James's murder story that he told me at the movie theater when we saw a movie that we will never talk about.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
So this is what happened. Hold on. Something's happening to me.
Kill it. Who cares?
James is having an existential crisis.
An eyelash in my eye.
You guys want to play Wand? Well, no one's playing Wand now.
So this is the story.
Here we go.
This is a new segment.
No interrupting.
Good God.
This is a new, yeah, because you actually haven't heard this story yet.
I'd like to.
Yeah, so don't interrupt.
Tell me
please.
then.
All right. So it's a new segment called Storytime with James.
Or anyone who has a story.
Storytime with James, because they'll tell me the stories beforehand, and I will deem them
My story.
good or not.
I'm actually going to be putting music to match this,
Ding,
just
ding,
so
ding,
Okay,
ding,
we
so
have
no
no
interruptions.
interruptions. Kip, this is a very important story time.
All right.
The more you say it, it's like,
Kib, shut up.
all right, everyone's talking, dude. Don't even do that to me. Continue your story.
So this is Storytime with James. So a couple nights ago, Lauren and I were walking Vinny, and we walk him in a very nice neighborhood because the neighborhood we live in has very dirty streets. So we took him to this neighborhood and we're walking, and we encounter, couples walking their dogs and whatnot. So we encounter this guy with his black lab. And if you're watching this, sir, just know that my opinion at the beginning of the story changes to the end of how I feel about you now. You're a great guy. So we encounter this guy. He comes up to us, really nice guy, tall guy. They start playing our dog and his dog, and we're shooting the shit. He invites us back to his house. Says, "Hey, you want to let your dog play with my dog in the backyard?" My gears are turning for a second. I think, sure, why not? You seem like a nice guy, and at the end of the day, I could take you. So we go back to his house. It was a few houses down. And keep in mind, this is a very nice neighborhood. His house had probably about 16 bedrooms. It was a massive mansion.
Good
It was
God.
huge. It was massive. It was Victorian. It was something of another world.
In Los Angeles?
Yeah, I won't say the neighborhood.
Right next door to me.
And so we go inside. We go right to the backyard, and I'm walking through, scouting every exit. Making sure I know what's up. So we're in the backyard. They're playing. He says, as he's turning to walk back inside, he says, "Do you guys want a glass of wine or a beer?" I said, "Yeah, I'd like a beer." Lauren says, "Yeah, me too." And so he goes, "Cool, I'll get it for you." And naturally, I follow him to make sure that I see him open the beers, because I'm thinking this is textbook serial
Seen
killer.
this movie.
This is textbook serial killer. So I go in with him. He's got Boston Lagers, so he has my heart. Cracks mine open. As he gives me mine, Vinny, who's now wet and muddy, runs inside the house and jumps up on his couch. And my attention's turned to that. I say, "Vinny, get off of his couch." By the time I look back up, he had already opened Lauren's beer. So I'm like, all right, well, he could have drugged Lauren's beer. So we go outside, we're drinking, and he's a bit quiet. A bit. He was a nice guy, but he was a bit uncomfortable of the situation.
Even though he initiated the whole
Exactly.
thing. Yeah, so nerves.
Nerves. And so I'm there, and I'm fine because I see him. I know that my beer's fine. I'm drinking, and I'm watching Lauren and making sure that she's not fading away in any way. She didn't. It was a happy ending. It was fine. It was a great. But I'm gonna tell you the alternate ending.
The alternate ending.
So it was fine. Great guy. We left when we got home. Fine. But this is what I was expecting to happen, and I was very much so ready to do. For those of you who don't know me that well, I'm ready to kill anybody who threatens people I love or myself.
Or just anyone in general?
Yes, especially rapists and child predators.
Or
And
just normal
rapists.
people.
And rapists.
Anybody, really. So I was imagining, Lauren was about where you are, away from me. The guy was in the middle here on another chair. I was, just keep my eye on her, making sure she didn't fade away. If she had, and she started to kind of like doze off or something and look at me in panic, like what's happening to me. This is what I would have done. Say she falls asleep, he would have turned to me with some sociopathic remark, and I, having my beer, would say, "Oh, now you die." Smash my fucking beer, stab him in the neck, kill him in his own house, because that's how I roll. Grab Vinny's leash, get another leash, put it on his dog, pick up Lauren. We got a new dog.
We got a new dog.
This is how it would have gone from my
I was
perspective.
just gonna say we all have to do our own.
And this is still the real ending.
Here's me. Die and you. Oh, fuck. And then I smash the beer bottle, breaks my hand open, and all his blood's coming out, and he's like, "Sink." Oh. That's the end of it for me.
This is what
And he
would have
goes,
happened to me.
"Sink."
I would have been
And
sitting
he's
there.
a Nazi. That's the worst part of it.
I'm with Lauren still. It's me and Lauren this time.
So you went into the house.
Lauren's
Because
here.
Sammy Joe's with me.
Oh, sorry.
Sammy Joe's with you. Lauren's here. He's there. She falls asleep. You have at it. And then I watch.
What's your alternate ending, Devin?
My alternate ending?
Yeah.
I just said it is the Nazi one.
Oh, yeah.
The
Very
Nazi
good.
one?
Yeah.
I'm glad that
So
actually turned
this has been story time with James. Where
No
there-
interruptions.
Huh? Oh, she was aware the moment that he offered to have us over. She
Did you think about switching it, like you taking one?
no.
James has the
because
power.
I would
Because
rather
What's
have
Lauren
then- yeah.
gonna do when
I would
James is
rather
out?
Lauren pass out and me murder this guy than Lauren not know what to do.
If he's passed out, true.
If I pass out, I was like, all right, Lauren, peace. Hey, I'll see you in a minute. I'll see you in heaven.
Man, that would be the worst death, too. I could picture that becoming like a girl with a dragon tattoo thing where they bring you in the basement.
I wouldn't even. Don't hesitate. I would fucking at least beat him.
I would
Maybe
hesitate.
not kill him.
I would be so bad in a situation like that. I'm like a deer in the headlights constantly, just for social situations, let alone like murders.
My adrenaline pumps even at a resting heartbeat.
I was nervous meeting Benji last night.
Really?
By the way, we went to a
Well,
cool
everyone
concert.
was nervous.
Yeah, you were nervous too?
Not like scared nervous.
That was so cool.
Well, you're
though.
probably the biggest fan for
Oh,
sure.
dude.
I mean, I wasn't nervous. I was excited to meet. I was like,
I was
this
just so
kid's gonna
excited
be cool.
to talk to him and have a conversation.
How did that even happen?
I love Brits.
So how we ended up going and
just
getting
the
to meet him?
whole thing.
So I had found out that from James that Benji was following James, and I was like, what? And then
Yeah.
he's like, he's probably following you too. I was like, holy shit! How long is Benji?
Who is
Yeah.
this?
From Catfish and the Bottlemen,
Which is-
literally my favorite band.
Yeah.
He's the
So
so
he's
Benji's
been-
the bass player.
He's the bass player.
Yeah, I remember like it was the night before. I think he had followed me on Twitter, and I was like, I saw like, oh, blah blah's following you. And
So he
then
just recently started following you.
probably the day before. I think he started following us probably the day before.
He said
I
he'd been
told you.
following me for months, like a
There
bunch
you go.
of us.
So he followed me, and I noticed that the verified, and so I'm like, oh, who's this? And bassist of the Catfish and the Bottlemen, and I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? That's crazy. And I looked at his following. He's following you, like other Rooster Teeth people.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. And I told you, and you were like,
Oh yeah, I geeked the frick out, boys.
That's
and then
so cool.
I DM'd him and I was like, I think I just something like, dude, oh my god, I didn't realize you were following me. I'm a huge fan. Catfish and Young the General are my favorite bands. And he's like, no way, dude. As if. He's like, I'm geeking right now too. And we both just started geeking, and then we've been talking. He's like, love to hook you guys up with a concert ticket. We're playing opening for Green Day at the Rose Bowl.
You're just like, nah, that's fine, dude.
Yeah, I was like, you don't have to do that. And then lo and behold, we get hooked up with guest passes for the Green Day concert. We went last night.
oh my god, unbelievable show.
And then invited backstage into the green room to hang out with
That was the
Benji,
coolest I've ever felt. Just
Bondi.
like when we were walking, first off, the Rose Bowl's
Larry was there.
huge. When we were walking out there, I was like, is this a football stadium?
Yeah,
and then we
yeah,
walk
The
out
answer's
there.
yes.
Yeah.
This
And-
where they play the foot sports?
And we walked down
Various
to like
foot sports.
the front. This was
Can you look at
easily
this
the
tissue?
most important I've ever felt.
Oh, yeah.
Because we walked down there and into the, like this the front area where everybody's in the mosh pit area, and then there's like the rails and everything, and Benji's like getting us past the guards and all that, and then we walk to the back area towards the green room like
The coolest.
It was so
feeling.
funny
this is the
'cause
coolest I ever felt. I'm so
Benji-
nervous.
So Benji, yeah, the bass player of the opening act for Green Day, so he played in that arena, tries to get us past the guards. The one guy's like, no, sorry, you need like a pass. And Benji's like, this is my pass right here. He's like, okay, well, all of them need a pass too. As they're having this conversation, 6 other guards just like walk up and are like, and I was like, are you guys that bored?
No, we just don't want to let ugly people in. Is
Oh.
their reason for
Yeah,
it?
They needed more
we couldn't
girls.
go in.
Yeah.
We couldn't go in.
But,
so
No,
cool.
each of us had a girl with us. And Autumn was there with no boy, so we had one extra girl.
Who's the
So
dude
it was
that
just
came out
like
that got us in?
their
Benji.
manager,
No,
Oh no,
those
yeah,
are-
their
the
tour manager.
Okay.
Yeah, he came out really nice guy. I forget his name, unfortunately, but
Steve.
Steve. Yeah,
It was
his name was
Steve.
Steve. That's right. He came in, got us all in. We walked back like the long way into the behind the whole
Back
gig.
into the green room.
Into the green room, hung out, drank drinks, talked with
Talked
Benji
shit.
about
I didn't know that
everything.
Benji lives in Lynn, right next to Revere, where
Well,
I grew
now
up.
they know.
So funny though that he's from
so
Welsh
cool.
and he lives in Boston.
Yeah.
So you'd never be able to tell.
And
I
his
think that's so
girlfriend,
cool.
Danny, also is from that area, and so
Mm-hmm.
they lived together. And I was just like shooting the shit about old places that I knew, and like,
So cool.
yeah.
We bonded
She was
on
like, "You're
onions."
not." She was like, "You're not from there." And I'm like, "Yes, I am." I lived in Revere, right across the street from Suffolk Downs,
Sucky fucky.
Sucky fucking town. This gay strip club where they suck you up,
That's
and
our
spit
bar.
you out.
Fuck you down.
Yeah, right across the street from Suffolk Down, horse track. Right next to, I went to Beachmont Elementary. Belle Isle Marsh was right next to Belle Isle Seafood, and she was like,
She was like, you're not from Boston.
literally, she was like, "You're joking," and I was like, I didn't just like study those very specific details
this
of
moment.
the neighborhood.
Yeah, I do that.
So cool.
Easily one of the coolest experiences of my life.
Oh,
that was
easy.
so
Yeah, I
neat.
was glad I got to. Yeah.
And Green Day killed it. Catfish
was
killed
waiting for
it.
you to say
Everyone
that.
killed it.
Devin's so pissed about this.
I'm not pissed.
It was like it's been.
No,
in
there
the-
was
been
work
for so long.
I know.
It's
and
been planned
there-
for a while.
and
Plus,
there
we
was
wouldn't have
work-
invited you anyway.
And there was work that had to be done.
Like what?
I did writing.
He just was angry here writing by himself.
He's all the script is completely changed.
Dear
based on-
Diary.
Yeah.
Stephen, Kib, and James die within the first script page. Just
Devin's the hero.
Devin's a hero
I'm a
now.
hero. And then I turned to an anti-hero.
So thank you, Benji. Truly,
Yes.
that was and thank you for all the wine and the spirits.
And thank you, Green Day, for a killer show.
Crazy.
Honestly, they're what, like 70, 80 years old now? They killed it. Their
90,
energy.
300.
We watched a good 45 minutes to an hour of their whole set, then went backstage for like a good hour and a half, came out, and they still played 4 more songs.
And they were high energy the entire
Mm-hmm.
time. First off, I didn't realize how many people don't like American Idiot.
I think everyone likes American Idiot, dude.
No,
Really?
like
Like Green Day fans?
It's too
Poppy and like
popular.
too mainstream of like their
Yeah.
style, yeah.
like I
I
obviously.
mean, I don't care
It's
either
like,
way.
sorry they got
People are
attention
gonna-
from a song and got a bigger following.
People are
True
gonna hate me
fans
for
would
this.
appreciate.
I don't like Dookie.
You don't like. That's
I don't
the
like
best
the,
album.
I don't like the stuff that comes before American Idiot, and I don't like the stuff that comes after American Idiot.
You like American Idiot.
I like
I
American
love
Idiot.
Black Parade. That's my favorite album by
Love
Yeah, me
Black
too,
My
Parade.
yeah.
favorite, My Chemical Romance, Green Day.
Yeah, but
So good.
they were so unbelievably good the entire time. And so was
Oh, yeah.
Catfish.
I'll be 100%
like, they just fucking
honest.
killed
like,
it.
It was an
Yeah.
amazing show, but while Green Day was playing, there were like 3 times where in my head I was like, I wish this was My Chemical Romance, because like they started on their
Really?
songs and they were like, and in my head I was like, go, and I was just like,
Yeah.
Dude, you were having so much fun. James just
feeling.
like dancing around.
It was a great fucking
It was
show.
So fun.
Literally,
dude.
when we went down after we came back from the green room, we went to like the pit area. I was just fucking like, I was like, yes, this is how you experience a show like this.
Oh wait,
in a
how long
huge
did you guys
fucking
stay
stadium.
afterwards?
We
20
went back
minutes?
in, watched a couple songs, like down in the pit, and then left.
Oh,
So
okay.
we were like, why would we leave now? There's nothing to leave
I had to leave
for.
because Alyssa
Alyssa's
has
acne.
she has
Her
viral
acne was-
arthritis
her
right
acne
now.
was acting
Acute
up.
arthritis.
Her
Her
acne-
acne, her back knee was just bulging.
I had no idea
I was
arthritis.
embarrassed.
You could get temporary arthritis.
Yeah.
That's
I didn't-
insane.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
she got that
sucks.
amongst other diseases from.
I think I'm getting mono from this coffee.
Yeah, that was a terrible decision. I don't know why you drank
Yeah, I
my
know.
coffee.
We all advised against it.
Also, we saw Janice Dickinson.
Yeah,
I
so
saw
weird.
Janet
I didn't even know who she
No,
was.
I did too. She was in the
saw her
green
too.
room.
So
Shook
this
her
is the
hand,
story.
Talk to her.
So me, you, Benji, and Danny were talking, and she like her and her 2 friends walk up, and they just like walk in like right into the green room and just like barge through everyone. And so I'm in the middle of showing Danny Vinny, a picture of Vinny, and she walks up and she's just like saying something, or she's like, "That was a killer show, huh, guys?" And I look up at her and I was like, in my head I was like, "Oh, you're Janice Dickinson," and I was like, "Oh, unbelievable show." And she's like, looks at me, she literally like kind of eye fucks at me for a second. She's like, "Janice," and I was like, "James, good to meet you."
James.
Can we confirm that
James.
Janice Dickinson, I fucked James?
Man, that was a night and a half. I wish I could have stayed longer.
I'll
But
never forget that night. It was
my
unbelievable.
entire life right now is not staying long for anything. Ever.
True.
James's birthday.
Yeah.
That's
Especially.
it.
James didn't even bother James.
I've wronged James so much the past like couple of months. Not
Just the
paying
one
him,
time.
not showing up to his birthday for long, not having like interest in him,
Texting Lauren late at night.
texting Lauren late
Not
at night.
responding to his advances.
Yeah.
Slipping in at night.
And I don't think
the
that I'm
office.
going to stop.
I don't think you should.
Let me move on to the next.
It keeps a good
I
dynamic.
have enlarged throat glands.
What's a NAND?
It's the Nand on the other.
That's like Nam.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
You understand Vietnam? Do you understand?
Wait, you guys. Wait, before we continue, there's something extremely important. Jesus, that's happening. First off, if you've been voting for us for the Streamys, thank you so much. It's hashtag SP7 for Streamys. There's actually a chance that we could win.
Really?
Legitimately, I
Really?
think. I think we're like
Phil, cut it out.
I don't know if there's a
You don't need this. We need this.
I don't know if there's a way to
validate
check
how
like
we feel.
how everyone's doing for the
Not
like
all the retweets.
Not
hashtag
entirely,
Streamy
yeah.
stuff.
The initial hashtags.
Someone actually paid to see how many times SP7 for Streamys was voted for. I think it was like something about 50K, which is pretty good. I don't know how that compares
That's
to
not
everybody else.
including retweets though.
I'd love to see how that compares to like other people's stuff, but I think there is maybe a chance that we
And
could
does
win.
that count valid votes, or is that like you know what I mean? Someone that
I don't
retweeted
know.
20. 'cause
I imagine
only
it doesn't
one
count.
I
will
doubt there's any way of us accurately
Yeah.
being able to track this.
But there's something that happened that is even better than if we win the Streamies, and that's something that's guaranteed to happen now if Autumn actually goes through with it. She tweeted
She will.
10,000 retweets, and I'm going to get a tattoo of any cast member from SP7's name on my butt. And she got 10K just today,
Now, there
and
will
that's
be a
happening.
poll in the description of this podcast that you can vote as to what character from this.
It's got to
show.
be Alfredo.
I would hope that it's Alfredo.
It has
Probably
to be.
be
But
Alfredo.
vote.
And it should be a face, his silhouette.
Yeah,
and
then his shadow
with
silhouette.
with the mouth open and his name coming out of it.
And
So
that's
we
so
should
funny.
find Alfredo, and we should probably snap a pic of like a nice silhouette shot of him.
Well, we do have the silhouette from the date that they had. briefly
True.
Up on the.
I'd like to get a nice clean one. We should ask
It
him
was
to come to
fairly
the
clean. He
office.
did look like an elephant, which is very similar to
yeah,
how he
I
looks.
think she should do my name.
And Sammy Joe is going to be
Alfredo.
actually writing it, right?
She's going to be tattooing it.
Jesus, that's a terrible idea.
I
Have you
think
ever
she
done
should. I think she should draw it.
Great idea.
Have you ever done a tattoo before?
On me.
No, you
Oh, you have?
No.
you shaded
Did
a little bit.
of
She
the
did that's
eye.
tattooing. She did some tattooing. Yes.
But this is a full thing.
Did Sammy Joe do this?
Tracing, writing the name and everything you want her to do.
Sure. She doesn't have to write it, but she can tattoo it. If
The
they wanna
worse it
write
is,
out,
the
she wants
funnier
to
it is,
just
though.
like tattoo it.
The worse it is, the funnier
True,
it
so she
is.
can literally just write it, like do it,
But truly,
and he could clean it up afterwards.
real talk. Thank you guys so much for voting for us for the streams.
Yes.
Thank
Especially
you.
there's
There's 10K
Ooh,
votes right there.
and even if we don't win, I'm still gonna give a speech. So
I won't be listening.
I'm gonna be wearing hopefully a mustard zoot suit to the Streamies, or I might just go. Well, I didn't get enough retweets on that, but I might do it anyway, or I might just wear a normal suit.
I'm not going to say what I'm planning to do because it has to be impromptu.
I'm wearing
On
a
the
gray
spot.
suit.
Gray
Oh,
suit?
you're gonna be dressed normal. That's probably a good decision.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a
definitely
gray
the
suit.
best
I may
decision.
follow in line with that. Honestly,
With a white shirt and a black tie.
No, you can't.
you're right. Okay, I'll wear the mustard zoot suit.
The mustard.
Devin, what are you gonna wear?
Oh, I'll just wear a normal suit and get a haircut.
Wear your basketball stuff.
Okay.
That'll be nice.
Bring a basketball.
I'll bring a basketball with me the whole time.
Sorry, I just came
with
from
my
the
Chris
park.
Webber
Just
jersey.
spinning it, like the guy from Zoe 101 or Ned's Declassified.
What's really kind of fucked about this is there are 2 Streamies events. I
blonde
only
guy?
thought there was one.
Neds. Yeah, there's
One of them
two.
falls on the 24th, one of them falls on the 26th. The 26th, I think, is for Creator of the Year and Show of the Year. The ones before that are like for Best Director, Best Editor, like Best Comedy and all that stuff, which is also what we're nominated for. And that means that that happens during the Let's Play Family Reunion. And that's going to be a little
Oh.
strange. I think we're going to have to leave early on the 24th. But also, the Let's Play Family Reunion's happening. I don't think we've talked much about that, have we?
Not at all. I don't
No,
even know
only-
that much about it.
Only our initial invitation video.
Yeah, so essentially what that is everybody from the Let's Play family, I think Cow Chop, Achievement Hunter, Funhouse, and then you got the other groups in there too that are going to...
Kinda funny.
Yeah, kind of funny, and everybody that's going to this is going to be like at this barbecue. Basically, they're renting a house somewhere in LA, and we're all going to have a nice barbecue. We're all going to make a bunch of content. I imagine they're going to
Mud
be...
wrestling.
I can't
wait to eat barbecue.
I'm a little worried because Cow
What, t-shirt
Chop...
contests.
I'm a little worried because Cow Chop plays like
Prank
a lot
people.
of pranks on people.
I
Superstars
know, I was
are going to
thinking
be
that
there.
too.
I think John Cena's going to be there.
And then-
but
John
we won't
Cena
be
is
able to
going to
see
be there.
him.
I did confirm that. I did book him for that.
Achievement Hunters also, I think they're marketing themselves as the jackass of gaming now, so that's a little worrisome
Is
because
that
I
not
think...
Cow Chop?
I don't know.
That's more so Cow Chop.
I no, I mean no. They are literally marketing themselves as.
What are we?
We're
We
the.
are Sugar Pine 7.
How would we market us?
The Office of
The Office of
YouTube.
YouTube.
Maybe.
The Office of YouTube.
The It's Always Sunny of YouTube. The combination of the two.
We're honestly like the YouTube cinematic universe. I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
we bring every YouTube channel in together. We need to do more collabs. Oh, we've got actually a cool tennis video with Cow
Oh,
Chop
yeah.
that we're shooting next week.
That's
You and me are
so
gonna
fun,
play tennis.
dude. Especially because we both can't play. You don't know how.
I need to check my heartbeat. Hold
And
on.
it's going to be so hard for
Have you
us
ever played
to
tennis?
win. Yes.
Steve played varsity tennis.
God damn it, Dennis.
That's got to be cut out.
No, it's not. They're not gonna watch this podcast.
I have played tennis.
So essentially, what we're gonna do is we're gonna hustle the fuck out of them.
57.
I want to mention that because I don't think Cow Chop watches these podcasts.
good.
Why would they?
They'll think it's a reverse.
I watch all of their podcasts, so it's just like maybe do me a
70
favor and watch
minutes.
mine.
Yeah, watch your podcast.
But I may or
a-
may
a
not
high
have
105.
what Devin says may be true. I've played a lot of varsity tennis.
You look like you play tennis, long boy.
Well, I do. I've got a great
It's not a
forehand.
bad thing.
Reach each side
You've
of the
got
court.
slender legs.
We should practice beforehand.
What's your dude? Let us hear your grunt.
Nine. Nine.
No,
Nine.
It's more like
Say.
it's like this. It's like this.
Have you guys seen girls tennis?
They literally like
Guys do it too.
Tennis.
Guys do it too. They literally go ah.
It's a very grueling sport.
Everyone grunts in tennis.
You ever seen
Very
Agassi?
grueling.
Sounds like a dying giraffe, like a little baby giraffe.
It's literally a game of just basically running suicide drills because you're just like.
It's good exercise.
Dude, let's do a practice video.
I'd love to get shin splints again.
You will. I'll make sure of it.
Those were fun. I missed those.
I'll make sure of it.
Yeah.
Somebody asked about like how you color stuff.
Oh, technical stuff.
Somebody else asked
Oh,
about
technical
what
stuff.
it takes, what like a timeline is on making. an
Oh,
episode.
that's sort of interesting. Okay, cool. Does anyone else want to explain this, or
For the whole process, as far as starting a video and
I'll open it up and then maybe I'll pass
Yeah,
it
let's
off
just
to
do a
you guys.
little bits.
So
Pieces.
one thing that we noticed, well, Mimi noticed actually. Thank you, Mimi. She noticed that people on the SB7 Reddit and in comments in general, they ask like how the production of these videos works. I don't think we've ever actually explained it on a podcast or anywhere before. Maybe in like a video or something that we did in the past.
Talked about it here and there.
Yeah,
but
very
never, like-
briefly. But I kind of want to go over like the time frame for each video and what equipment we use, how we do it, and just buckle down so then nobody ever asks that again.
Yeah.
So
Watch the
Because I
podcast,
hate that
idiot. Watch the whole podcast to the end if you want to find out. Go.
oh, you want me to go?
If you want to start, yeah, we'll just do like
Start it with
a
popcorn.
bit. We'll just bet.
Well, James, you're the director. Why don't you tell us how we start a video and how it all comes to fruition?
Well, basically, so we'll figure out what bits we're gonna do for the day or for the upcoming week. We'll map out good amount of outlining and whatnot, and what needs to happen in order for the two different bits that are gonna be edited together, which has gotten easier and easier just as we've come to know our character and the style that we do and the time that we've been doing it. So we'll figure out locations or here in the office and stuff like that. And then we'll just go for it. I'm sure you guys know, we've talked about it a lot. We're very much so improv based. Our chemistry is very similar and like very like cohesive with each other. So we're able to just kind of go off what each other is saying and stuff like that. And if we want to redo a thing, if we crack up, whatever, like, we'll do another
them,
take,
yeah.
and sometimes it's funnier, sometimes it's not, whatever. And then we'll get our whole bit.
Just to elaborate on the bit in the beginning, like I write a lot of the bits now, so we'll take whatever bits will work and put them in there as far as like filling out the video, and then there's usually a storyline as well, a main storyline thing that we do.
Get ready for some interesting videos this week.
Yeah.
Got some things going on.
So equipment that we do use, actually before that, so all the bits get shot. Autumn cuts all the bits together into what I could potentially turn into a story. She passes that over to me from Premiere to Sony Vegas. I am keeping this group down, and I try to go in and I narrate in between transitions, which eventually Devin may take over writing for that at a certain point, depending if he can get my cadence right.
Oh, I know your cadence.
You know nothing.
Depending on if he can get my
Dennis.
cadence right.
You're gonna be recording them.
It's your
I narrate them now.
Steven Suptic.
So I'll go in and I'll do the narration. I pass that back to Autumn. Sometimes I'll help with subtitle work now, and that's usually when there's a spelling error. I think there was even one in the past, the video yesterday.
Buddy.
New Money, yeah. So I'll go in,
Isn't-a-gram.
or not New Money, I don't know what video
That
went
was
up there. Oh, the dog one did. Yeah, so I'll add some spelling mistakes, and then maybe I'll add like a custom song if I really am feeling the moment to do like a custom cinematic moment. And then, so that goes back to Autumn. She brings it all together, adds like all the specifics, and then she renders it out with the title sequence and all that. And then it's a full video. And I pass her along a thumbnail. But the equipment that we use is a Canon 5D Mark IV. We even made a video about that in the past. We use a Canon 5D Mark IV. Big mistake buying that.
No, I wouldn't
No,
say big
I
mistake.
really like it. I think because it's an expensive camera, so like not many people are like using it because they don't think it's worth it. So it really steps us up just
Where
a
we at?
little.
But a
bit.
Krasia. So the reason I wanted an A7S II now, which is what I was told to get at the start, was because, I mean, if you noticed a Krasia, how it looked really nice at night, it's because it's much better in low light. So the A7S II, the Sony, when I first tested it, I didn't like it. It looked like a digital camera. Granted, I was at Best Buy, and they had it set to really stupid settings, which is...
Right. Very standard shit. Well, the difference, as far as normal day shooting, I don't see much of a big difference, especially if you're shooting in 4K. I mean, if you're shooting in 4K, it's going to be beautiful regardless, I think. But really, the pros for the A7S II is the low light. So if you're planning on doing a lot of night shoots, I would say go for that. But the one thing I didn't like about the A7S II is that we do all autofocus stuff for this vlog because we need that kind of precision and like manual focus, it'll fuck up.
Steve wasn't a huge fan of the battery.
But, oh yeah, it was
Terrible battery
low
life.
Battery life. But the autofocus is harder on the A7S II because the display is not touchscreen like it is on the Mark IV, where you just tap it, autofocuses. So before you would you'd have to press it, move the little window to
Slower, yeah.
Yeah, it's just more shit to do.
Manual focus just isn't, especially with how we're very guerrilla
move so
shooting.
much.
Yeah,
we
it's
move so
just
much,
not-
and, like,
Steve just he does it sometimes because I know you like how manual focus can look, and it can look.
It's
really
better
good
when you have
use
block
it,
It
but
shots
depends.
and you know what
you
you're
end
doing.
up missing so many shots.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll only use manual focus now if I know exactly like something's going to pass through the foreground and it's going to fuck it all up.
True.
Other than that, I don't really use manual focus.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, and this is such a dream, we would have, and this is probably like months and months and months down the line if we ever have a budget for this. Maybe we shoot on a heavy ass camera like a C200 or something for
Ooh,
vlogs. I don't know.
Lord.
That would be terrible to edit, but yikes.
Yeah, you need a better computer for that for sure.
So-
Or just better graphics cards.
And then audio, we use actually the same mic that Casey Neistat uses. The Shure, I don't know exactly what it is. I forget, but it's on top of this. It's a Lens Hopper VP83 or something.
I like
Yeah.
it. It's actually really good compared to the.
I do like it better than the Rode. This
The
one's been a
Rode.
little
Crisper.
ticky. It's been a little ticky.
Oh, we've had a
I think
weird
that
like
it's
wobbling.
like not.
I know
tight
I know what it
all the way,
was.
It's rattling.
Oh, I know what it was.
that what
It
it
was
is?
Light
there's a
On
there's
the
a
housing?
plastic thing that I have to push in on the side that was
is the
bumping into
cover
it.
of like where the HDMI
Yeah,
goes in.
so that was the issue we were having there. Then also we use Sennheiser lavs for like other scenes that are too far away to pick up audio with the Shure mic.
A good example is that of that was when we did the argument between Parker and I.
Yeah.
It sounded really. That was like when I was like, "Damn, that's good audio."
Yeah.
Whatever you did to that audio.
It was just lav audio from the Sennheiser lavs
Did
are
you EQ
very
and compress
expensive.
it?
No,
Really?
it's just right off the bat. It's just amazing.
Damn.
Then so for the podcast we use I don't know what these mic. They're Electro Voice
Electro Voice Pro, I think.
Pro
Not the
something,
Pro.
yeah.
RE20s.
Or 20s, yeah. Electro
and we also use a Scarlett mixer,
Voice.
an i8 or
This
1.8.
is like the king, dude. This
I8.
thing has a higher gain output than the smaller Scarlett that a lot of like YouTubers use. It's unreal. Like you can't use these and the other one because those just don't. The smaller one doesn't put out.
Dude, I'll tell you what was a real bitch trying to get 4 mics to record to one program. Audacity doesn't do
You
it.
got so frustrated.
Tried on I don't
What
even
are you
remember.
doing it on now?
I'm doing it on Reaper. It actually works perfectly. I can record all 4 mics to it. It's amazing. And I finally don't have to sync up all the audio and have a weird like sync issue during half the podcast because if you record to 2 different mixers, it doesn't matter how well you sync it. You're going to constantly have to go through, and no syncing program
it.
helps that much because you have to go through in like every 10 minutes, maybe even less, it'll go off sync.
I
and you
think
have
it's
to,
a bit rate issue with how they're
Yeah.
recorded.
one of them could be on like 41,000 and then one of them's 48,000.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's annoying as shit. But I think that's all the equipment we use, right?
41,000.
Do we use anything else? I mean, for the short film that we're doing, we're going to be using a C200.
yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And a cool thing too is we first used the C2. Was it C200?
C100.
No. Crazy. We used the
An
Sony
A7S
too,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the first time we realized like, holy shit, this is cool for night shots too. Like,
Yeah, and that a lot of what that is too is with the lenses you use because like if you
Oh,
have
God,
a
yeah.
decent body or even an above average body,
yeah,
you're gonna be
Like
fine.
mine.
I am a little worried about the C200 not being as good as a Red, but
Well, look, he's got. I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong. Naeem's got a prime kit of lenses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think so, yeah.
So
Okay.
they're fixed
Oh,
lenses with
perfect.
the drop down to like a 1/8, so we'll have good glass.
And we saw that one short film or that demo reel of the shots. That last one we looked at looked unreal.
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
because they had good lenses.
Yeah,
as
we
well.
just need to make sure that we're using fixed lenses.
Yeah,
because we want this to
I
look
don't
like
want
as good
any-
as a feature film,
exactly.
Yeah.
you know? And that's our main goal with this is to make it seem
and
like a...
also, I'd be happy using that 24-70 if we had it, or if he
Yeah,
has one.
because it's just as good for the day shoots. It doesn't look any different.
Because the
I could
L
not
Canon
tell.
L is like best,
Unbelievable, yeah.
Yeah.
best you can get.
So that's all the equipment we use. I can't think of anything else that we go through.
No?
Not really. Nothing like valuable. Nothing.
Yeah,
like-
I mean that's it. So
important.
and it's all about
Why'd you look at me and say
I was
nothing
looking
valuable?
just in that direction.
The current lenses we use a 24 to 105 millimeter for most of the shots because it's
Canon L,
beautiful. And then for wide shots we use a 17 to 40 millimeter Canon
also
lens.
L, and
Yeah.
then we've also got a fixed 50. It's a Sigma. It's a great lens.
In a-
Drops down to 1/8. That's
in a-
what we're shooting this on right now.
Like in a perfect world, we'd also have a telephoto lens. We'd also have the 24 to 70 and maybe a fixed wide.
Yeah,
That'd be
maybe a
amazing.
35.
Yeah.
I'd love to get like a 75 to 200. That would be beautiful.
What was that lens we had at SourceFed? That was like a big white one.
Yeah, that's the
That's a
25
75 to 200?
200. Yeah,
Oh.
it's beautiful.
Amazing lens.
The annoying thing with some big telephotos like that, or even zooms, yeah, that, and also like sometimes if they're not fixed aperture, like you'll zoom in and if you go past a certain,
It'll literally, yeah, I
the
hate
f-stop
that, dude.
is cropped at a 5.6 or something, so you
Why?
can't drop down.
Is that just like they can't make them so that they fix it, or it's more
it's just a
expensive?
bit like a more expensive lens would have a fixed aperture like that.
What I'm really looking forward to, I'm so sorry, Canon released some information that on, I think actually on some future cameras, they're just automatically putting magic lantern in. I think it does that on the C200. But more importantly,
Very cool.
they're reducing the crop, I think, for the 4K mode. So it's not some ridiculous bullshit anymore, and we're going to be able to get good 4K footage, and maybe they'll use a different codec as well, so it won't be a bitch to edit.
Yeah, so what you said it was MP4 before?
No,
something
it's
weird?
just an outdated Canon codec that they're not willing to switch from, but now they are because they're like,
It's
oh,
heavily
if we
compressed,
don't keep
right?
up, then we're going to be fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unbelievably annoying to edit. They're also doing something else that's really cool. I think that might be it, though. It's just for 4K mode, it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, that's
so
all, yeah, you did mention that one.
we'll probably be able to do a lot more 4K shooting because right now, that was the intention with getting this camera, was to be able to do 4K, but trying to edit it, it's such a bitch because we don't have the best computers here. Autumn's going to try to edit this whole short film on her goddamn laptop, and that thing's going to be fried, so we're probably going to have to get a better computer
Good
for
God,
her.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work.
We might be able to squeeze it out of the budget. I don't know.
Potentially. We don't exactly have the biggest budget for this, but hopefully we'll be able to.
Very little budget.
Honestly,
1,200.
yeah, $1,200.
Well,
1,200 crowns.
But we are legitimately. I know we talked about it last podcast.
Rupees.
We are so hoping that you guys are really going to enjoy this. It's called The Woods. Now we're really, really trying hard on this. So
Busting balls for this one. It's going to be exciting.
yeah, and so it's going to be released.
Halloween, but also a week
First.
before on Rooster Teeth first, and that means we have to really lock down these. We have a really cool soundtrack for it too that we're working really hard on.
Also, we might be doing a special screening the day before Halloween, but news of that will come.
Can we
when
talk a little bit
figure
about
it
that, or
out.
do you think
You guys
that
are
we
looking for a
should-
theater,
That's
right?
it. That's all we need.
Yeah.
That's all
Cool.
we need.
Did you say-
Somewhere in LA.
Yeah, we're just gonna lock down a theater, and fans can grab a ticket.
God, that'll be so fun.
Watch
I
it-
know.
Watch it on the big
Watching it with
screen,
people to see what
We'll
they
do
think.
a
It's just
Q&A
they're just
and
like
we'll
just
talk about it.
Yeah.
That's nerve-wracking almost.
It is.
We'll be there too. Watch it with them.
Our
Yeah.
first
On the big
and
screen.
have a nice little Q&A after the
Oh, yeah.
screening.
Have a nice little Chardonnay with all the underaged.
Oh my god.
Anybody
Well-
want some red wine?
I'm 14.
Jesus Jews, kids. So I think that's honestly probably where we should wrap it up today. I just want to say thank you to Stitch Fix for sponsoring this podcast. You're keeping us alive, and you have a great service. And I am wearing your clothes, and I won't be returning them. Thank you so much. Any last words?
Yes, I'd like to keep one of the articles of clothing.
You keep all of my clothes.
Give me one of those.
No.
I'll
Thank you
take them.
guys. See you next week.
And thank you, Devin, for joining us. And thank you, Sammy Joe in the background. Thank you, Jamie and Mimi. You guys are real sweet people. What is this? Is this what you've been doing the entire time?
I want to see it
We'll end
after.
on this.
How'd I do?
I didn't even get a look at it
Oh
yet.
wow, I'm scrawny as shit.
Do you like your chicken legs?
Yes.
Do you like your kneecaps?
No. Oh my god, what are my kneecaps? They're little dots.
I want to see the kneecaps.
They were,
Cool.
Thank you for
transplants.
watching. This has
Here,
been
you wanna
another
shut that camera off?
podcast